Hello and welcome to The Den. My name's Eric and it's Friday. Before we get started, I just wanted to say that I'm recording this video in Anaheim, California, because I am at VidCon. VidCon is it's not just YouTube anymore, it's like YouTube, Vimeo, any place that does video content, original production stuff. This is the place for creators and fans to kind of gather, learn, meet each other, hang out, and do all kinds of fun, cool, crazy stuff. So I'm here to learn more about how to make this channel better so that we can do more awesome stuff for you guys. And I'm really looking forward to this week. Oh my god. So this week on The Den, our assignment is to talk about our early gay years. So not coming out, but like that period of time right after you come out. I would say that realistically, right around the time that I was 21, was when I really just went full on into being open out and like going out and doing stuff and people. I spent a lot of time trying to find other gay men, and I was, it's weird because that was like right on the cusp of the internet kind of starting to become a much more big socially connected place, and also like historical like gay culture stuff that still is kind of, but we're kind of like seeing the vestiges of it kind of dry up a little. So this was 1998 to 2000-ish. And I had just graduated college, and mostly what I did in nights and weekends was go to clubs, and I would go to one of the local gay bars in Cincinnati. I went to the Golden Lions, which was the one in my neighborhood, and it was kind of a bar for older guys. It was a classic 1950s speakeasy style place where it's like all black mirrors, no windows, completely pitch black inside, kind of place with disco lighting and stuff like that. But the reason why I started going there was because I had talked to other gay men on IRC. So for those of you who don't know what IRC is, IRC stands for Internet Relay Chat. And it was a chat, it still is a chat client for people to go into little community cluster groups and have open conversations with people. So I was part of a community cluster called Gay Cincinnati. And actually, I think that we all said pound instead of hashtag, but it was hashtag Gay Cincinnati. And through there, I met one of the proprietors of the Golden Lions bar, one of the bartenders there. And so I got to know him, and I got to know some of the guys that went there on the regular. And occasionally I would also go out to the Dock, which was another big gay bar in Cincinnati. And that was more of like a big dance hall. Like I said, I spent a lot of time going to bars and clubs, and I really kind of developed a lot of loneliness and like kind of a drinking problem as part of that. You kind of go to a bar and you drink, and the drinking helps loosen you up a little bit, especially when you're like young and uptight and not really sure about how to start meeting and talking to people when you're kind of introverted. And you get a little loose, and then who knows what can happen and who knows where you might go. Yeah, I was young, alcoholic, and kind of slutty, and I won't even say kind of. I was pretty slutty. I slept around a lot, and there was just a thing, I was super careful, because being the late 90s, I mean, we had AIDS drilled into our heads, and it was definitely a fear. I don't think that I did much other than oral stuff, until I really started kind of seeing some people more longer term, and then I started to get a little bit more active in other ways. But for the most part, I was just I was just, picking up random dudes and taking them home, and maybe they'd stay and maybe they wouldn't, but for the most part, they would usually leave pretty quickly afterwards, and that just got like really sad. So I was like really super depressed, and it was around like maybe 2 years into that I met this dude who, we had like a big conversation about life. I was trying to pick him up actually at the dock one night, and we just got to talking about like personal goals and like, what did I want to do with my life. And it was then that I really started to kind of like turn myself around and like pick myself up and, look a little bit more critically about how I was treating myself and treating other people, and the problems that I had that I was kind of like drowning out with booze. I'm gonna say that, like, not everybody has an easy road after they come out. Mine was fairly easy in terms of, my family was okay, and like I wasn't like thrown out of the house or anything. I was at a position in my life where I was like pretty stable, but emotionally and psychologically, it was all pretty raw and new, and I didn't know how to get a hold of myself. And it took a long time for me to finally kind of like put it all together and to like be a real whole queer person. So, if you're thinking about like, just like, Jesus, my life is fucked up, everybody has their moments of being fucked up. So don't sweat it. This is another one of those things like, people go through phases like being open and out about yourself, and the way that you relate to other gay people is a process just like any other thing. It's a socialization process. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. And I will see you all next Friday. Cheers!